everybody, and happy Tuesday to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Leslie Hudson for MyRadar. Time now about 5:23 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't adjust your app or your social media pages. There is currently not severe weather ongoing, but a new feature that we're going to be doing for you guys every Tuesday is giving you a live update about what's going on around the weather and around the U.S. Sometimes we'll have a lot of stuff to talk about. Sometimes there'll be a little bit less. Today is one of those days where we don't have a lot to let you know about, but we do want to let you know that we are keeping an eye on the weather for you, and we will be providing this service for you from here on out, and then may change the day. It might be Wednesday, it might be Thursday, but for now, you'll see us on Tuesdays with these live updates. So let's get things rolling, and let's take a look at the MyRadar app. Of course, we always like to start out with this. So here is our big picture, and I've got the warnings toggled on as well as the clouds, high definition radar. I'm going to actually scoot over here to the western states. I talked about this in the fast forecast this morning, and this has been an area we've been watching for a lot of weather. So winter storm warnings, you can see, almost extend the entire state of California. In fact, it pretty much does, from north to south. There is a big area of low pressure here that is south of Alaska and also south of British Columbia. You can see the low-level winds I've also got toggled on. So these are also spooling in some of those showers, and again, going to be creating a fair amount of weather as these these storms get into the higher elevations. They will be producing a lot of snow, and then headed over into those western states in the Central Plains area could maybe even be some severe weather. So that is where we find MyRadar storm chaser Aaron Jajak. He is in Waukene, Kansas, and it is a beautiful day there, Aaron, but you are ready to roll perhaps as soon as this weekend for severe weather. Tell me what's on your agenda these next couple of days.
Yeah, so I'm in beautiful Waukene, Kansas here. You can see it's a little bit sunny, a little bit of clouds, but it's a beautiful day otherwise, in the low to mid 70s right now. And I was just in Colorado this morning, and I'm working my way towards the center of the United States because it does look like this week could be quite an active severe weather week. We've got multiple days of storms starting tomorrow, actually looking like in the Kansas, the Oklahoma, maybe into Missouri a little bit. Some severe weather there late tomorrow into the evening. And then we have multiple days after that, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even in Sunday, and potentially next week in Dixie Elliott. So I'll be targeting all those storms, potentially even maybe making my way back to Colorado for a winter storm this weekend as well.
Aaron, in a typical day, how many miles do you travel when you're trying to, hone in on a severe weather area? Is it a couple hundred miles, 1,000 miles? What's an average day for you?
Usually it is at least a couple hundred miles. A couple hundred miles, I'll wake up and have to make some adjustments. Some days, if it's you're at the end of one system and there's a new system that's coming out of the Rockies, you may do up to 900 miles in one day, and that includes travel back across the country, and then a couple hundred miles just for the chase itself. So it varies, but it can be anywhere from a couple hundred miles to almost 1,000 miles a day.
That's incredible. So when you're in a heavy heated chase and you know there's a risk for severe weather, you could put anywhere from 500 to 1,000 miles in just one day trying to chase those severe storms?
On the side of the road, but I'd be more worried about missing the next day's storm, so I want to make sure that vehicle is reliable and gets me to that next day of chasing.
Absolutely, and we know behind you we can see the big golden arches, so you've got some at least some food at any rate. I'm sure some people would say some pretty good food. So Aaron, we'll wish you well in these next coming days. We look forward to seeing your video. It's always such a treat to put that out on our social media pages and in the app, so we will see you here in these coming days. Again, thanks Aaron for joining us from Waukene, Kansas, getting ready to track severe weather in those coming days.
Yeah, thanks a lot. See you, Leslie.
All right, Aaron. All right, so we're going to take it now to San Juan County, Washington, and we're back on that western fringe of the United States. And this is the weather stim camera here. And it looks beautiful when you see this camera. This is a live stream from there. But again, there has been a lot of weather just off the coast of Washington, in Oregon, and in California. And those will be those three states we're focused in today and tomorrow, because that storm system is headed into the plains by the weekend, and that's where Aaron is. So even though things are looking pretty now, it is going to be be a different scenario. But besides that, it is spring break officially across the country, and what better spot to land than in South Florida, in Miami in particular. Our weather camera here is from the University of Miami at the Rosenthal Institute. Another beautiful day along the bay. I know the hotels there are sold out. I myself have been trying to find a hotel in South Florida in the Florida Keys for next week, and I tell you what, it is $1,000 a night down there. So if you don't have a hotel and planning to go to Florida for the Keys or for South Florida, try again, you guys, because I'm a native and I can't even find a hotel. They are hard to come by. All right, let's talk about some things that we have been watching, some viral videos, and we're going to take you back to Oregon. This is in Crown Point. Take a look at this wall cloud. Now, this is a time lapse that has obviously been sped up, but you can see that very clearly that there is a definite rotation here. And again, this has been the indication of these storms that we've been tracking in the state of Washington and in the state of Oregon as well. And our next video is out of Northern California. So this is what we call crepuscular rays. Those where you see those rays that kind of look iridescent and kind of, some people say, ethereal. Those are called crepuscular rays. And then as the camera pans to the right, you can see those very stormy conditions through Northern California. This was from yesterday. Again, a lot of folks preparing for several days of strong thunderstorms in this area that typically doesn't get a lot of bad weather. Our last video is in Stevensville, Montana, and here too has been an area of heavy snow over the last couple of days. We have had winter warnings in this area of the country as well, and that's also another area we're going to be tracking as we head into these next couple of days as well. So let's talk about what's going to be happening. So we're looking at the western states, but more importantly, how that plays out across the lower 48. So I've got first, again, our radar looking at the western parts of the U.S. So not a lot to see right now, but it's these next 12 hours, 18 hours, and then inland over these next couple of days that we could see some of these stronger storms. And that's what we're going to be keeping an eye on as we head into the remainder of today and into tomorrow as well. So as we head into the next 24 hours or so, we're going to watch that. And Matt, if you can move that disc for me, that little purple stool, I think it's blocking my map from moving. We're going to, let's see if that did it. Maybe not. So I may have to have you, Matt, if you'll go over there and hit the space bar for me, and then see if that'll work. Looks like that may not work either. So we'll try in here and get this fixed, you guys. Damien, if you could take that full, I'm going to go over and take a look at WSI real quick. This happened last week too, you guys. So the beauty of going live, this tends to happen. So let's see why this is not working. It seems like it's stuck. So anyway, you can see that across the southwest there has been a fair amount of weather. And as we head into these next 24 hours, that is going to be the main focus. Let me see if that did it, you guys, real quick before you come back over. For some reason, there we go, I got it. Okay, so Damien, if you want to go back to WSI, we'll show you what's going on. So Futurecast is showing these showers and thunderstorms, again, developing across a big chunk of the Pacific Ocean. And look at all that snow, that rain, and all that weather that's moving through California as we head through these next 24 hours or so. So the snow potential there, 1 to 2 feet. A lot of snow in a short period of time, so that's why there's winter storm warnings there. But not only that, you guys, take a look ahead through the Midwestern states. We're going to see showers and storms in this area of the country where we could see severe weather as we get into the second half of the work week. So the Storm Prediction Center does have a risk out for parts of Kansas, right where Aaron's going to be, through Oklahoma as well. So it's a slight risk, about 3 million people at that slight risk and about 3 million people at the marginal risk. And as we head through these next 24 hours, that is the area we're going to look at. But then take a look what's going on across the southern tier of the United States. In the month of March, this is an area that we see a lot of severe weather. So you can see that focus across the southeast. And Damien, if you're trying to talk to me, I don't understand what you're saying, so I apologize. But I'm going to keep going because I think we're still live. So here's what's going on across the lower 48 in terms of risk through the month of March. The lower 48 relatively quiet as we head through the next couple of days, and then as we head through these next 2 days towards the weekend, it'll be the Central Plains, Midwestern states that we could see some of those stronger storms. All right, here's a look at our current temps, you guys. So I checked these are correct. correct. They were not correct last week when we did this. 62 for Lansing, Michigan, 45 Cleveland. Temps are currently in the 40s and 50s across the Northeast, 61 for New York City. We've got 67 for Philadelphia. Down across the central U.S., 70s and 60s. We've got 68 for Roanoke, 69 Louisville, Kentucky at this hour, 73 currently in St. Louis. It is 70 in Memphis. Down across the Southeast, again, where spring breakers are filling in en masse as they head through these next couple of weeks. We are currently 72 in Miami, 71 here in Orlando, 70 in Mobile. Central U.S. is in the 70s as well, all the way up into the central heartland of the country here. Beautiful weather, I might say. A lot of folks really benefiting from this quieter weather pattern we've had over the last couple of days. And then across those western states, again, prepping for some really cold winter weather. Right now we're 63 in San Diego, 60 Los Angeles, 58 San Francisco. And then up in the northwest, we've got temperatures here in the 50s and 40s, 38 for Helena, Montana, 45 Billings, Montana, and 51 for Casper, Wyoming. So as we head into tonight and tomorrow, the severe weather risk, or the winter storm severity index, you can see where we're looking at minor to moderate impacts through parts of Wyoming, a little bit of the Dakotas, and then the big chunk will be California. There will be some issues through Nevada and into Utah, but really the big concern will be those upper elevations in California where we could see power outages, really tough driving conditions. So a lot of folks still are skiing. This is high ski season, the height of ski season. So be sure that you check ahead because there could be some problems there. All right, here's a look at the lower 48, our forecast. And again, tracking some quiet weather across these eastern states. Here's our next cold front, again, as it pushes inland, and our next system, again, coming on shore, going to create a lot of weather between now and the end of this week as it heads into the next couple of days. Snow totals, again, check back in, you guys. The models have been really split in terms of how much snow we're going to get, but most of the guidance does put a couple of feet in some of those higher elevations, 6,000 to 7,000 feet up in the Sierras. So we'll see how that turns out. The Cascades possibly as well. And then a quick look here at the tropics, you guys. Starting in just about 2 months from now, we are going to be looking at this more than usual because the National Hurricane Center has decided we're going to start tracking tropical activity May 15th. So it's not happening now, but you will see this 2 weeks earlier than normal. As you know, hurricane season starts June 1. All right, are you guys ready to lose some sleep? Raise your hand. I don't think any of us are, but it's coming, you guys. It's coming at 2 a.m. this Sunday. Make sure that you spring forward. You do lose that extra hour of sleep, but hey, look at it as you get out the door 1 hour earlier to enjoy the sunshine. So I hope you have some good weather as you head into these next couple of days. A lot of people complain about the time change, of course, not a fun one, but nonetheless, it's here, you guys. And we also want to let you know in these next 1 to 10 days, we will be having our severe weather week. Mike and I, meteorologist Mike Linden and I, are currently working on that series, as well as Damian and Matt behind the scenes, getting that content together for you. So we will be highlighting some of the biggest weather hazards that you need to prepare for severe weather season. So stay tuned for that. We will have a lot more updates when that will be broadcasting in just a little bit of time. All right, we always like to leave you with a good note. Here's a look at Feel Good Friday. I know it's Tuesday, but we're going to take a look at this little fella. This guy is named Jetty, the Yorkie, having some big fun. This is in Memphis, Tennessee, from a couple of months ago, or about 3 or 4 weeks ago when they had that snow. And little Jetty was not happy to be out there having to do the business. I don't know what dog is, but at least Jetty was styling. I give Jetty a 10 out of 10 for the decor there. Looking really sweet. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for our update. Again, if you have any questions, drop them for us on the comment sections. We'll take a look at them. Make sure that you're following us on all of our social media pages. You can see them right there on the bottom of our screen. We would love for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you like our videos. That helps us out. And make sure you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All right, you guys, that's going to do it for this update. We are so glad you stopped in to take a look at what's going on today and what we're going to be tracking over the next couple of days. We will see you back here next week. Until then, or actually, I'll see you tomorrow morning for the fast forecast. But until then, you guys, stay safe and have a great one.